Hi there. I've been doing some more experiments with liquid clay. Thought you might be interested to see how it worked out when I used liquid clay with transfers. I also played around with adding some gold sparkle into these as well. So the first thing I do is lay my water-soluble transfer down on some white clay. I'm just taking that to the sink to rinse that off. And there it is. I'll cut these and then put them straight in the oven. I haven't found any problems with putting them in the oven wet like this. So I'm just going to cut out a bunch of shapes from this sheet and then bake them in the oven. I thought it might be fun to try and add a little bit of gold sparkle to these on top of these transfers, just to give them an extra little bit of bling. So here I'm using a gold alcohol ink. It kind of didn't spread the way I wanted it to, so I'm using some 99% isopropyl alcohol to help it flow a little more. It was a little tricky. I felt like if I used my paintbrush just to do a little bit at a time, I couldn't quite get enough. If I put a whole drop from the bottle onto the earring, then it was almost flooded too much, so it's a bit tricky finding the right amounts. And then here I'm using a Pebeo acrylic ink, gold acrylic ink pen. Actually came out looking exactly the same as the alcohol inks. And again, I had to kind of use some 99% isopropyl alcohol to spread it around and make it flow a little more. And then once I was happy with it, I allowed the alcohol ink to dry and I added some liquid clay. I've been using Kato clear liquid clay. I didn't video it, but you can see here that I basically just pooled it on, and it's thick enough that it kind of doesn't really fill in the jump ring holes that I've already punched into those earrings. And here they are after I've baked the liquid clay. I'm really pleased with the shine on these. The Kato liquid clays really comes up nice. And I think it's probably not quite as sparkly as it might have been if I'd put a thick coat of resin on. I don't really like using resin, so I think the next time I try this, I might try adding an even thicker layer of liquid clay. Anyway, hope this was helpful to you. Thanks for watching.